Texas League Baseball is next. And welcome into this Tuesday night live broadcast. And now here's the star of the show, Jonathan Baker. Well, we welcome y'all back into another week of baseball, as it is our first homestand, or should I say the second homestand in the month of June. And gotta say, we are back after our week up in Midland and Franco Park. Well, it is the first game of our 6-game set between the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tomorrow is Military Appreciation Day, Thirsty Thursday, and our Taco Bell Value Night as the Flying Chanclas turn on the field. Friday will be Flying Chanclas Night. Saturday, post-game fireworks extravaganza presented by West Creek Trail Rides here in San Antonio. Sunday, we'll wrap up the series against Corpus Christi as we get ready for another road travel after Sunday's game. Go online now, samissions.com. Purchase and print your tickets from home. Also, follow the Missions all season long with the First Pitch app from Minor League Baseball, and you can download that in any smartphone. Well, I gotta say, we've had a pretty good week up there at Franco Park, as pretty much the Rockhounds were extremely good, and they really hit the ball hard. So what's your reaction there, Bob? I gotta say, Midland doing really good in a 6-game series against San Antonio. And boy, they're still in first place, winning Sunday 2-1 the final against the San Antonio Missions. And so far, San Antonio needs to beat Corpus Christi in order to tie up against the Rockhounds. And as you could tell, that Midland is 34-23, San Antonio 33-22. Rough Riders, a game and a half against San Antonio. Boy, a bunch against Amarillo and Corpus Christi. Springfield in the North Division holds a game and a half against Arkansas, a bunch against Tulsa, Wichita, and Northwest Arkansas. And boy, I gotta say, it is just one of them things. I gotta say, Bob, you're absolutely right about that. Well, the boys are back here in town, and we cannot wait for you to be a part of this broadcast. And so far, I thought we was going to get some rain here at the ballparks this evening, Bob, and gotta say, the clouds and sunshine, I gotta say, it looks pretty nice, but evidently, as storms came into San Antonio, they began to fizzle out. Yeah, I gotta say, John, they absolutely did. And so far, we do have some rain chances going into tomorrow. Next couple of days look pretty good and decent here for our ball games for Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend. And I got to say, pretty good on that. Well, Father's Day is Sunday, isn't it? Oh, it is. Well, got to say, I'm glad you noticed about that, John. Well, yeah. I mean, it is Celebrate Dad's Day. And if you come out to a Sunday ball game with us for the weekend, we are probably about 1:05 in the afternoon, or we start at 6 o'clock on this week. But evidently, we are doing really good. I mean, we'll have to check the schedule. Oh, allow me to do that. Okay, Bob. So anyway, while Bob is looking at the schedule, and yeah, we got an update on that schedule. Okay, what is it? It's saying as Sunday at 6:05 p.m., we do have our night game against Corpus Christi. and going to be pretty good as well. Missions, they'll hit the road to Amarillo starting on Tuesday, June 18th for a 6-game series there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. Oh, pretty good. So that's a good thing. We get a homestand here and a homestand after Sunday's game in Amarillo. So pretty good on that one. Well, if you're just in time with our broadcast, and gotta say pretty good on that one, we are going to get things rocking and rolling here on this Tuesday night. So it's Taco Bell night and HEB night as well here for everybody in San Antonio and all in Corpus Christi. If you are watching from us here at home, or you're there at beautiful Bayfront Park, and I will say if you're watching us on your big screen there at the ballpark, that is pretty good too. Well, I think the Sod Poodles and Rough Riders have been rained out tonight, so gotta say that is not a good thing for Frisco and Amarillo, so they will make up a doubleheader. And we gotta see if there's any more rained out games. So far, it looks like everybody is off and running, except Amarillo and the Frisco Rough Riders. So, yep, we got everybody going, and so far we're off and running as well as we get things started here.
Hey, Llama, how about a little something?
So, yep, we are about ready to go on this Tuesday night as we take on Corpus Christi. A lot of clouds, I will say. Yeah, I got a lot of them here. We might even have a pretty nice sunset tonight. What do you think, Bob? Well, I think so as well. Might have a few little raindrops coming down. Well, our right-hander, Gabe Mosser, will get the start of this series. What do we know, Bob? Well, I've got to say, Mosser is a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and he's one of them kind of prospects that don't fool around. He could get things done on the mound, and hopefully tonight is his night to get things going. Well, Jesus Bastidas coming in for Corpus Christi, as we are about ready to go on this Tuesday night. Well, here's the first pitch, and we are underway. That one's thrown inside for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Go ahead, give your ball clubs. Midland tonight at Wichita. Corpus Christi at San Antonio. Arkansas at Tulsa. Northwest Arkansas at Springfield. And I did mention that Amarillo and Frisco have been rained out. That one fouled off. The count now 0-2. Had a pretty good week up there in Midland as the Missions, boy, gotta say, losing 2-1 on that Sunday final. It was close, but not that bad. High fly in the air. Castillon and Wright will make the running grab, and that is the first out. Get this ball game off and running on a Tuesday night like this. And that'll bring up the next batter, Jordan Brewer. Brewer coming in, ready to go, and he swings and misses on the initial offering, and that's taken in for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Well, as you could tell that on a Monday morning, we had about 3 to 4 inches of rain. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it was coming down heavy out there. You and I were here in the ballpark, and boy, coming down heavy rain. And so far, just getting everything ready for the homestand start against Corpus Christi. Oh, here's Brian Arias after that fly out. 2 away, nobody on here in the top of the Corpus Christi first inning. Here's pitch. Right there and inside. That's called strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. And that one's going to be lined up to left field. That's fair ball, and that'll get down for a base hit. And he's going to slide into second. And that's going to be a 2-out double by Brian Arias. Arias is there, and that'll bring up Justin Durden. Durden coming in, and he'll take what's inside a cold strike. It's 0-1. Runner at second. That is the tie-breaking run. Brian Arias. 0-1. Right there and inside for a cold strike. It's 0-2. One more in this half inning, and gotta say, they're trying to get out and unscathe that runner there at second. Here's pitch. High fly in the air up to left field. Howell under it as he makes the play, and that's the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. As we head for the bottom of the first coming up, and it is no score through the top half of 1. Back here for more baseball, and we come back for the bottom of the first for San Antonio. No score through the top half of 1. Back here for the bottom of the first inning, right here on the Missions Baseball Network. All right, the right-hander, Rut Kuba, coming in. What do we know, Bob, on the scouting report for him? I gotta say, he's a 95-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball kind of guy, and I gotta say, he can really throw you out on pitches if not looking. Bottom of the first inning, and the left fielder for the good guys, Corey Howell, coming in for San Antonio, and boy, he takes right there inside for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Corpus Christi in their beautiful road blues, San Antonio in their home whites, Missions inscribed on the chest. Pretty good. Right there and inside for a taking cold strike, and it's 0-2. Well, San Antonio winning this one tonight against Corpus Christi, that'll tie them up against Midland. So that needs to come in. If the Rockhounds beat the Wind Surge tonight, Midland will still hold that first place position against San Antonio and Frisco. Amarillo, Corpus Christi as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Corey Howell. And the 1-2. And that one's going to be line drive high in the air up to right center. And that is going to be caught by the center fielder for out number 1. Marcos Castillon, the right fielder, coming in. And a pitch right there and high and inside for a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. Go 2. That one high, fly in the air. And it's the second baseman telling the right fielder to back off. And that is 2 away. Center fielder is Joshua Mears. Boy, could this be a inning where it's no scores?
Well, I think so, John, but gotta say, it's a possibility. But I've seen a lot of hard-hit balls and home runs out of this ballpark this year.
Yeah, you're not kidding. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 away, nobody on here in the bottom of the first for the Missions, and that's going to be chopped foul. The count now 1-1. Already 10 pitches for Corpus Christi. The right-hander Kuba gets things going here tonight. Line drive, left field, base knock. Boy, howdy. Boy, getting things going. And Mears gets a 2-out single, the first hit for San Antonio tonight. And that'll bring up Michael De La Cruz as he takes a ball outside, 1-0. Michael De La Cruz getting a promotion from a first base area. And that's going to be right there and be the count now 1-1. And the pitch. And that's going to be right there. And that will do it. No runs on a hit, no errors. 1 left. 1 inning in the books here tonight. And it's no score through 1. Back here is Kennedy Corona will start things off for the top of the second inning for Corpus Christi. And it's no score through 1.
We now head for the top of the second right here on the Missions Baseball Network.
Now Kennedy Corona steps in. Thank you, Bob, for getting us started here. If you're listening to us on the radio and have us dialed in at 101.9, then you're in luck. You're catching the game and probably on your way home from a big, busy day from work. Or if you're here at the ball game with us, we welcome you. Kennedy Corona, 1 ball, no strike. Start off the top of the second for Corpus Christi, and he'll take one inside for count now 1-1 on a strike. Pretty good right there. Is a 1-1, and that one is going to be foul. Boy, that was close to the line. That could have been a fair ball. Evidently was not. So it will go foul the last second. That one hit too short. Ditter getting to De La Cruz. Thinking De La Cruz up there in Midland through last week. Played in a right field position and tonight back at first base. Well, the next batter up is Jacob Melton. So he comes in, ready to go, and he'll hit that one to De La Cruz, and he'll step on the bag, and that's quick out number 2.
Boy, I gotta like Michael De La Cruz, and he's pretty good for the Missions.
Well, that'll bring up the 7-hole batter, cleanup hitter, Tyler Whitaker. As he comes in, ready to go, the pitch. And right there and inside for a cold strike, and it's 0-1. Right there, high and outside, 1-1. But pretty good if you are dialing in and you're here to catch this week's ball game. Right there to short the Ditter, and De La Cruz gets at least 2 more for 3, and that's a productive inning for this half. No runs, no hits, no errors for Corpus Christi. And we're 2.5 and no score. Grand Pauly, the third baseman, coming up for San Antonio. When we come back, it's no score. We're 2.5 innings here.
We're back here for the bottom of the second, right here on the Missions Baseball Network.
Well, the hot corner third baseman, Grand Pauly, steps in. We're ready to go, and that one taken inside for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Now 77 degrees as we had the rain and thunderstorm activity try to get into San Antonio, but all you see is what's left of the clouds of that activity. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count as that one is outside, and here's the pitch to him. That's going to be a hard hit right there to center, and that is out number 1. So far, we've got Love's New Series and Horseback Riding Adventures, 2 new shows coming this fall, right here to J. Baker Flux. The designated hitter is Kai Murphy, as he strides in. He's ready to go, takes one right there, 1 ball, no strikes.
Hey, John?
Yeah, Bob.
I got something to say. I mean, 2 new shows on a Friday night, gonna make everybody happy that they're gonna be dialed in.
Yeah, for sure. 1 ball, 1 strike to the DH, Murphy. And he'll pop that one foul. And the count now 1-2. 1-2, one more time. And that one's going to be line drive to right field. That's a base knock. Boy, good one right there as Kai Murphy gets on first. And that'll bring in second baseman Lucas Dunn, as he takes one right there on the curve, and the count now 0-1. So far, pretty good. Corpus Christi, San Antonio, a homestand. Next Tuesday night, starting a 6 in Amarillo. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sod Poodles and Drillers, boy, started their series last week. Well, a lot of thunderstorm activity to start a Tuesday night.
Yeah, I gotta say, I've seen what happened and read the Facebook post on there.
And that's another line drive up the right field, another base knock.
Yeah, a lot of lightning near Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. I gotta say, a lot of people pretty much took cover during that time.
Yeah, I don't blame them, Bob. Unless they want to be fried chicken, then so be it. Shortstop Ray Patrick Ditter coming in for the Missions. Take one down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 on, 1 away. Bottom of 2 as Ditter is on for San Antonio. Here's a 1-0. Swing and a miss. Boy, chasing that changeup. That's a strike on him, 1-1. Here's a pitch. And that's going to be lined high in the air. Up to right field. That is out number 2.
Boy, you need a 3-run shot by anybody to come in and whack it right out of here.
And here is Brandon Valenzuela coming in for San Antonio. And a pitch. And that's going to be right there. Hit to second. And they'll get him out at first, and they'll escape danger, as that will load two, and they leave them stranded. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. As we end 2 on this Tuesday, no score through 2. Tommy Sacco Jr. coming in for Corpus Christi when we start up the top of the 3rd inning for the Hooks. No score through 2. We're back with the top of the 3rd right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Tommy Sacco Jr. coming in for Corpus Christi as he starts up the 3rd. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Hooks. That one down at the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. So far, our 2 new shows coming in. Swing and a miss, and let's count now 1 and 1. Love's new series has been my favorite since 2018. Horseback riding adventure starting this year in 2024. Evidently going to be 2 combined shows starting Fridays this September right here to the channel. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. And that one down and in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So make sure you guys tune in to those 2 new shows as have a big night of premieres, and for 3 full hours, it'll be pretty awesome. I gotta say, got my popcorn, my snacks, and everything to get the first Friday in September ready to go. Well, Sacco Jr. goes down on strikes, and that'll bring in the 9-hole batter, C.J. Stubbs. Stubbs will take in a cold strike and a count now 0-1. 491 on average, 500 in the opposition. Corpus Christi, boy, he's got at least 10 home runs for the Hooks. 17 RBIs. And that one hit to De La Cruz as that is out number 2. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup, Jesus Bastidas. Fly out in the first 0 for 1 for the Hooks. Gotta say, for Horseback Riding Adventures, it has been renewed for a 3rd and 4th seasons to consist of 18 episodes. So far for our 3rd season, that will start post-production after the end of Season 2's production. I mean, this is going to be pretty good. Line drive, and that's a base knock up to center. Visit WestCreekTrailRides.com to book your horse ride today, and yeah, you won't regret going over to that ranch. It's a pretty good ranch. I'm a backup horse instructor, and will say I love what I do. Made $60 over the last weekend. That's pretty good, John. You've earned how much you're getting. Yeah, for sure. And that's right there. That will conclude this half inning. No runs on a hit. No errors. 1 left. 3.5 complete. No score to this point. As we head for the bottom of 3. And it's no score. Left fielder Corey Howell strides in as we'll get you the bottom of the 3rd inning for San Antonio coming up here in the Missions Baseball Network.
We head to the bottom of the third right here on the Missions Baseball Network.
Well, left fielder Corey Howell strides in as we start up the bottom of the third inning for San Antonio. Gotta say, pretty good right there. Well, we got a Nolan Ryan jersey giveaway on Friday to the first 3,000 fans. Saturday, June 15th will be, hopefully, we're thinking about doing a Saturday game with Flying Chancla uniforms. Which that'd be pretty cool. Post-game fireworks presented by our friends there at West Creek, and so far going to be really good. So, pretty good. Well, Thursday, July 4th, we celebrate Independence Day as taking on Corpus Christi. Got a concert coming up, so make sure you get your tickets at samissions.com. It's going to be a good 3-game set against Corpus Christi. Even though at Corpus Christi, then 3 type schedule. But evidently, just hilarious how we have 3 there and there at Bayfront Park, then come home and take on 3 against the Corpus Christi Hooks. We've got to say, that's just a funny-looking schedule, but it's just the way that our big affiliation in San Diego has all the power on that one. Well, center fielder is Joshua Mears, 2 away. Boy, sun starting to set on this Tuesday night. And that's going to be line drive to second. And the shortstop will pass to first, and that will do. Well, 3 innings. Boy, scoreless through 3. Arias, Durden, and Corona, 3, 4, and 5 due up for the top of the 4th inning. And we come back. It is no score through 3.
Now ready for the top of the 4th right here on the Missions Baseball Network.
Well, thank you, Bob. Well, we welcome you back to this live broadcast and first game of our 6 games against Corpus Christi through this week. 18th through the 23rd there at Amarillo. And starting to come back on the 25th through the 30th as we take on the visiting Midland Rockhounds as we wrap up the month of June. July will start like this. 3 games up in Corpus Christi there at Bayfront Park. 3 games at our ballpark against Corpus Christi. So a split of 3s on that one. We'll have a Sunday and Monday off as we will have one more 6-game set. That is with Amarillo, so basically a 9-game homestand ready to go. That is Tuesday, July 9th. I do believe that's right, yep. The 9th through the 14th will be our final 6-game series in the first half. We'll start the second half up in Arkansas, a 3-game set. And that's a 6-game set against Midland. So 3 at Arkansas, 6 in the Rockhounds. Missions return home on July 30th, taking on the Frisco Rough Riders. Rough Riders will start a 6-game set starting the 30th. Trying to think here for a second. There we go, August 4th. Missions, they'll hit the road up to Springfield for a 6-game set. And coming back home on August 13th through the 18th to take on the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles. Missions back home, or back on the road, I do apologize. Missions back home, or yeah, are you on cracker, Shonen John? Hey, don't say that. Missions back on the road. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. That's the first time I said that in 2 times, but Missions are on the road. They head to Frisco starting August 20th through the 25th. Then we'll have our final 6-game meetup of the year against Midland. And that is starting on August 27th through the 1st of September. So if anybody wants to know what day we are getting the new shows and new series going, that is Friday, September 6th. We got a 3-episode series premiere of Love's new series, the sequel series 2, and then our season 2 premiere of Horseback Riding Adventures, starting Friday night, September 6th at 6 p.m. Well, one more road travel as we head to Tulsa for a 6-game set, then come back home and take on Springfield, and that will be the end of the year for the regular season. Now, the Missions get up in the playoffs. That would be good, too. And pretty much all is in well as we have our end of that one. Well, top of the 4th inning, it's Brian Arias comes in and fouls that one off. The count now 0-1. I wish the Missions would be at home at least for a 2 weeks. It's on and off homestands through the rest of this year. And that one's going to be high fly in the air up the center as Mears grabs that one. And that is out number 1. 2025 could be promising for San Antonio as be their 5th year of Texas League Baseball here in San Antonio. Right there is as Justin Durden coming in for Corpus Christi. Now, even though there has been rumors floating around about a new minor league ballpark for the Missions, well, hopefully, if there is a new ballpark, then we might have to be going elsewhere for our move. Kennedy Corona 0 for 1 ground out in the 2nd. Now, San Antonio, since 2019, was saying that there would be another ballpark, and so far the mayor, Ron Nirenberg, said that, oh, well, I think there would be, but I don't know if he's saying what is true, but probably not. What is he, Republican or Democrat? Is that a rhetorical question? He's Democrat. Well, that'll bring up the next batter, Jacob Melton. And that's going to be line drive, and that's going to be extra bases. And Corpus Christi will score first, as that will be a RBI triple. Boy, pretty good right there as they'll get things going. I can't believe that we're almost to the end of the first half of the season here in the minors. Tyler Whitaker steps in as get things going. Boy, got Corpus Christi, Amarillo, and Midland. Corpus Christi again. And then 6 with Amarillo. That will be the end of the first half right there. Here's the nothing in 1. That one popped foul. The count now 0-2. 3 games in Arkansas, 6 at Midland to start the second half of the season. Come home, take on the Rough Riders starting the 30th of July. Well, pretty good right there. Get the rest of your home games and your schedule right at our box office. We're pretty good right there. 1-0 Corpus Christi as RBI triple comes in to score. 0-2. And that one is outside, 1-2 the count. Well, before you know, John, we'll have another new season of minor league baseball and the show 25 coming out. For sure, Bob. That one hit high flying in the air, foul, and still holding on at 1-2. The pitch. And that's going to be hit to De La Cruz. And he gets in and stops Corpus Christi from scoring in another run. But Jacob Melton getting an RBI triple. And the Hooks will have a 1-0 lead against San Antonio. So 1 run on 2 base knocks. And no errors, 1 left. 4.5 as Corpus Christi is up by 1. First baseman Michael De La Cruz coming in for the Missions. When we come back, 1-0 Hooks when we return.
We now head for the bottom of the fourth right here on the Missions Baseball Network.
Michael De La Cruz stepping in for San Antonio here this evening, as he takes one high and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Tying run, De La Cruz coming up. Boy, clouds starting to reflect the sunlight and stuff. It is a gorgeous evening. The temperature at 76 degrees. And that's going to be line drive up the left. That's a base knock. And that's going to be a no-out double. And courtesy of all that is a De La Cruz double meat cheeseburger, courtesy of our friends there at Whataburger. Boy, now the tying run at second base now. Third baseman is Graham Polly's. He steps in. Takes 1 ball, no strikes the count. Line out in the second is 0 for 1. Boy, Rockhounds will be here 2 weeks from today. Boy, love Midland and San Antonio together. That one chopped foul. The count now not 1-1. You know, I'm a big fan of both teams, but I'm starting to love all the teams in the Texas League. That one is too high. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1. And that one outside for a ball. The count now 3-1. On deck is the DH, Kai Murphy. He waits on base. And that one will load up the count, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to be back up the middle. That's a base knock. Here comes a runner from second. Into score, it ties it up. An RBI single opportunity, successful as it is. Gets in to score on the center field base knock. Designated hitter Kai Murphy stepping in. Hits one high fly in the air. Up to left, and that'll be the left fielder's catch right there. And that is out number 1.
The batter number 22, second baseman, Lucas.
Well, Lucas Dunn coming in, 1 for 1 single in the second. Takes one high and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Here's pitch. And that's going to be lined high in the air up to right. And there's 2 away. Boy, tight ball game here. 1-1. Corpus Christi and San Antonio. Shortstop Ray Patrick Detter coming in as 2 away, runner at first. That is the tiebreaker. That one high and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. And a pitch. And that one's hit hard, high in the air, up to right. And he'll catch that in foul grounds. That will end the inning. So 1 run on a hit. No errors. And we head for the 5th inning as we are deadlocked at 1. Tommy Sacco Jr. starts the 5th inning for Corpus Christi. When we come back, it's 1-1, our score tie.
About ready to go for the Missions Baseball Network as we start the fifth. Right here for Corpus Christi.
Well, Tommy Sacco Jr. stepping in as we're a 1-1 tie, and that one hit hard and foul. And the count now 0-1. Join us for Wednesday night baseball starting tomorrow, 7:05. Our first pitch. Military Appreciation Night for our guys serving uniform, men and women, military. And all of us to give us a great sacrifice that will keep us free. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sacco Jr. Pitch. That one chopped foul. The count now hanging on at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Right there, strike 3. Boy, get him down easily for that strikeout. And that'll bring up the catcher, C.J. Stubbs. A line out in the third, 0 for 1. And the pitch. And right there and inside for a strike. And it's 0-1. No ball, 1 strike. The count to our catcher for Corpus Christi. And that is fouled off. The count now 0-2. Boy, gotta love how the hue colors of the clouds just gets things going. And that one is going to be pelted high in the air up to left, and that is gone. A home run. Boy, Corpus Christi gets another. Well, I bet the fans there at Bayfront Park are celebrating on that home run.
Yeah, they probably might be.
Boy, just whacked it right out of the ballpark, and now that'll bring us to the top of the Corpus Christi lineup. Stepping in is Jesus Bastidas as he takes in a strike. The count now 0-1. 1 for 2 single in the third. Bats a average of 400 over the opposition of 435 and stuff. Well, pretty good. 0-1. Fouls that one off. The count now 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes to count. The pitch. That one chopped foul. The count now still holding at 0-2. Nothing at 2. Swing and a miss. Boy, get him going on that strikeout. They'll throw him down at first, and that's 2 away.
The center fielder, Jordan Brewer.
And that'll bring in Jordan Brewer. Brewer coming in and fouls that one off. Count now is 0-1. 2-1 our score, top of the 5th inning for Corpus Christi as Jordan Brewer at the plate for the Hooks. That one fouled off. The count now 0-2. One more time, 0-2. And that one high and outside, it's 1-2. One and two. Fouled off, and he'll see another. One and two. Here's the pitch. Right there to second. And that will do. 5.5 complete, but C.J. Stubbs gets one for the Hooks. He whacks it right out. A run on a hit. No errors. And nobody left on. 5.5. Corpus Christi up 2-1. And we're back here with Brandon Valenzuela as we lead things off for the bottom of the 5th. And it's 2-1 Hooks. We're back here for the bottom of the 5th, right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Brandon Valenzuela coming in for the Missions. Boy, the clouds are glowing in orange color. Love it. 1 ball, no strikes as that one is outside. And the pitch. That one is hit high in the air up to center. And that will be caught by the center fielder for the first down.
Now the left fielder.
Well, that'll bring in the left fielder. Top of the lineup for San Antonio, Corey Howell. Stepping in for the Missions. And that one's right under the third baseman's glove. And that is a 1-out single. Boy, got lucky he didn't kick that one off the dirt. Yeah, pretty much he did get lucky right there for San Antonio. Yeah, sure did, Bob. Well, the tying run, the go-ahead, leading off Marcos Castellon. And that one hit right there to second for 1. They get them both inning over. Boy, that's a hit race for San Antonio. And that was a 3-6-4 double play, and that gets them out of this half inning unscathed again. Well, no runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. As we end 5 in tonight. And it's on now to the top of the 6th inning for Corpus Christi as Brian Arias lead things off when we come back. It's 2-1 Corpus Christi. We're back here to start up the top of the 6th right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Brian Arias, 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Hooks. As we take that one inside for a cold strike, it's 0-1. Boy, game progressively moving forward as A lot of outs being made, and that's going to be right there up to left field, the base knock. From the Corey Howell, boy, he almost had that play, but he'll land right in front of him. And now is Justin Durden, as he takes one right there in the inside corner for a cold strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's the count now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. And that one's going to be pelted high in the air, and that's a 2-run shot. And Corpus Christi adds a nuller. Couple on the scoreboard, and now it's a 3-run margin for Corpus Christi. Well, gotta say, for the Missions, they have a lot of work trying to get things going here tonight for the series start of this homestand. But I gotta say, Bob, they absolutely do. Well, Kennedy Corona steps in, the 5th-hole batter. That one hit the De La Cruz there at first. He'll take it, and that is out number 1.
Now designated hitter.
Boy, sun going down on this Tuesday night. A lot of clouds, but that will increase by overnight tonight. Few chances of rain going overnight hours into Wednesday. Will make the play, and that'll be out number 2.
Number 13, Tyler Whitaker.
Tyler Whitaker steps in now as comes from the dugout. 2 ground outs, 0 for 2 for the Hooks here this evening. And a pitch. Right there and inside for a cold strike. It's 0-1. So, John, I got a question. Yeah, what? Do you think the Missions who come back from this 3-run margin? Well, it's a possibility. They did that last week up there in Midland, and they came back and won the ball game that way. Wow, that's pretty impressive right there. High in the air, and that's going to fall for a base knock. Boy, the right fielder and second baseman running after it, they can't catch up with it. And that'll bring in Tommy Sacco Jr. As he comes in, fouls one off. The count now 0-1. Sacco Jr. had 0 for 2 and 2 groundouts. That one high in the air up to center. Mears is camped under it, and that will do. But a 2-run shot by Justin Durden as he will keep Corpus Christi going. And it's a 4-1 ball game as we're 6.5 innings here tonight. So we're back with center fielder Joshua Mears to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Corpus Christi 4, San Antonio 1.
Now head for the bottom of the sixth right here on the Missions Baseball Network.
Joshua Mears coming in as 3, 4, and 5 due up. That one high and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, it's starting to get dark on this evening and just a lot of clouds.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, after that thunderstorm activity the weekend outside the city, I gotta say, San Antonio thought we'd see some little bit of rain and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Right there is, that'll be gloved by the first baseman for out number 1. Mears goes down once again. And that'll bring in the first baseman, Michael De La Cruz. It'll look like it's raining a little bit on that side of town. Got that haze.
Well, gotta say, John, if it was raining here at the ballpark, well, that'd be nice a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Here's a 1-0. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's up to right field for a base knock. And he's going to have a stand-up double courtesy of Whataburger on that De La Cruz double.
Yeah, all they have to do is chip the deficit, and that's where all the fun begins right there.
Yeah, for sure. Third baseman, Graham Polly, stepping in. Ready to go, and he hits one right there. And that is up to the first baseman for out number 2. But a run 90 feet away. And the designated hitter, Kai Murphy, looking to drive home the teammate from third. Only a base knock would get him home. And that's going to be right there. And their attempt has failed as they'll leave the runner at third stranded. And that's 6 innings in the books here tonight. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. Stranded at third. 9-1 and 2 due up for the 7th inning. When we come back, CJ Stubbs, the catcher, get things going. It's 4-1 Corpus Christi.
Leading off the top of the 7th inning for Corpus Christi catcher CJ Stubbs.
Well, CJ Stubbs coming in, and first we're going to have a visit to the mound for San Antonio. And gotta say, guess there is a pitching change coming up for the Missions. Omar Cruz getting the early call in as he'll be the relief pitcher to start off the top of the 7th inning for Corpus Christi. Cruz now pitching for San Antonio. CJ Stubbs coming in, taking in a cold strike. It's 0-1. 3 innings to go, and so far pretty good for Corpus Christi, and a lot of fans there at Bayfront Park. 0-1. Right there and in, that's a cold strike.
And it's 0-2. Well, so far, I guess Amarillo and the Rough Riders will hopefully start play tomorrow at 4:05 p.m. with the second game at a to-be-announced time. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. That one chopped foul, and the count now is 0-2. And the count now 1-2. That one's fouled off, and he'll see another. 1-2, one more time. High fly in the air up the left. Howell will get over in plenty of time for out number 1.
Now back, second baseman, Jesus.
Second baseman is Jesus Bastidas, 1 for 3, single in the third. And he's going to hit that one, and boy, that is a close one. That's going to get down the fielder's choice on a base hit, knocked down by the second baseman there for San Antonio. And that'll bring in Jordan Brewer as he knocks that one out of play and foul. Oh, wait a second. They played early today. We didn't know about it. So, that's the first time I did that. So, final score 4-1 Rough Riders. I'll tell you what, right there to Dunn, to Ditter, and to De La Cruz, and they do not get them. But hey, they do get the out at second, so that's pretty good. They'll pull the first baseman, De La Cruz, off the bag, and he'll read safely on the fielder's choice. Don't see that every day, but now you do. Brian Arias coming in for Corpus Christi. Swing and a miss. And a curveball. The count now is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Runner at first, 2 away, and that's going to be hit there to second. Done under it, and that's the inning. We'll get up a stretch as we are now at the bottom of the 7th inning as Corpus Christi leads by 3. And it's take me out to the ball game. Get up a stretch as we have our 7th inning stretch. Lucas Dunn will get things started in the home half of 7. It's 4-1 Corpus Christi. We're back here for the bottom of the 7th, right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, the second baseman, Lucas Dunn, coming in for San Antonio. Hope y'all had a great stretch, and gotta say, we've had a good stretch ourselves up here in the booth, right, Bob?
Gotta say, absolutely right, John. Stretch your legs and
Maybe get a drink of some sort?
Yeah, probably Dr. Pepper or whatever they have in the good old concession stands. So the first out as Lucas Dunn is out. Ray Patrick Detter 0 for 2 and 2 flyouts. Boy, Mission's down to their 8 final outs. And that's going to be right there, high in the air, up the left. And boy, now they're down against it. They are now 7 outs away. Brandon Valenzuela 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. And that's going to be right there. He'll jumps row, and that will do. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 7 complete as we are 4-1 Corpus Christi. The top of the 8th inning as Justin Durden will get things started here on this Tuesday night. 4-1 Corpus Christi.
Leading off the top of the 8th inning for Corpus Christi, Justin Durden.
Well, Durden coming in, ready to go. Is take that one right there and inside for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Corpus Christi down to their final 6 outs. Missions as well. That one high fly and foul. The count now 0-2. We've got to see who's winning there in Wichita. Rockhounds there tonight on the porch. The 0-2. That one fouled off. The count now 0-2. Still hanging on. Boy, they got the Wichita Wind Surge 4-2 there at the porch. That one fouled in the way. The count now continues to be 0-2. And boy, Durden just trying to find one he can hit. That one down and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 9,406 in tonight's contest. And so far, don't forget, Game 2 is tomorrow evening of our 6-game set. Fouled off, and he'll see another. Rockhounds 4-2 against Wichita. Boy, pretty good right there. And that one fouled off again. Boy, one foul off after another, and that'll confuse your pitcher really well. So right there, hit to De La Cruz, and he'll step on the bag easy for the first down.
Now the right fielder, Kennedy Corona.
So the Rough Riders winning 4-1. So they do get a win. Kennedy Corona steps in as got one away here in this one, and that's going to be lifted high in the air Mears in right field will make the grab. Out number 2.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Jacob Melton.
And that'll bring in Jacob Melton. He tripled last time up, a RBI. 1 for 3. Pitch. And he did not get the call in that one, so 1 ball, no strikes. One-0 delivery. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and Boyd chasing out of that one. Here's the 1-1. And that one hit the deader, and that will do. 8.5 tonight as Corpus Christi holds a 3-run lead against San Antonio. It's 4-1. So back here right after this, so we come back to the bottom of the 8th inning for San Antonio. And it's 4-1 Hooks.
About ready for the bottom of the 8th inning, right here on the Missions Baseball Network.
Well, Jonathan Sprinkle, a right-hander, will get the call on relief for Corpus Christi. Sprinkle now pitching for the Hooks. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and I'm going to say really good for Sprinkle. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup for San Antonio. Corey Howell steps in, takes in a strike, and the count now 0-1. Boy, losing daylight fast on a Tuesday night. That one is outside, 1-1. That one's going to be lifted high in the air up to right. And that's caught by the right fielder for out number 1. 5 outs remaining, and boy, Marcos Castillon coming up now. 0 for 3. Yeah, right there, the count now 0-1. And the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up the left. That's a base knock. They get a 2-run shot, and it'll chip the deficit to at least 1.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, I hope that they could get things going. They've had a lot of zeros, but bottom of the 4th inning, San Antonio getting a run in.
Yeah, you're not kidding, and that's right there. The second for 1. They get them both, and that's another disastrous play, as that one was weakly hit to get him out of the inning.
I bet the coach and the manager just pulling their heads out, their hair out, because they just get so upset about that one.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Bob. Well, we head to the top of the 9th inning as Tyler Whitaker steps in and get things going right here in the Missions Baseball Network. 4-1 our score. Corpus Christi up by 3. About ready to go for the top of the ninth right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Tyler Whitaker steps in for Corpus Christi. 7, 8, 9 due up for the ninth inning. As he takes that one down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Boy, I think San Antonio has really lost this one. And that one right there, 2 balls and no strikes to Whitaker. Boy, Omar Cruz, first 27 pitches as he comes in the 7th inning, and boy, really just hasn't had any success with his bullpen and stuff.
3-1.
Now 3-1. Sacco Jr. awaits on deck for Corpus Christi. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. And that one hit high in the air. Castillon getting there, and boy, he had to hurry up to get that one. And that is a out number 1. Tommy Sacco Jr. coming in, flied out in the 6th, 0 for 3. And ready to go. The pitch. That one hit to second baseman Dunn. Flip it to De La Cruz. And that is out number 2. So Corpus Christi down to their final out. CJ Stubbs will be the last man up for the Hooks. It's not looking good as, boy, he really got things going on that home run right there earlier. Well, CJ Stubbs coming in as he'll take in a side, a code strike. And it's the count now 0-1. The pitch. Fouled off and he'll see another. Nothing and 2.
1 and 2.
And right there and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hopefully get your final scores in in just a little bit. One and 2, the pitch. High in the air. And he's not going to have enough room to get there, and that will land for a base knock. Well, tell you what, you just can't mess up room for error on that one. Yeah, for sure, Bob, I gotta tell you. Here's Jesus Bastidas as he comes in once again. 2 for 4, 2 singles for him here tonight for Corpus Christi. 1-0. That one fouled off, and he'll see another. One ball, one strike. The pitch. And that one is right there. And it gets away, and he'll swipe.
Boy, that a wild pitch would be a throwing error, and I don't think that manager is happy with the starter.
Getting that one down low in the dirt, that's a recipe for disaster, if you know what I mean. Oh, for sure. That one fouled off. The count now is 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2. And that's changed up and fouled. So the count now at 2-2. The pitch. Fouled off again, and he'll see another. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Fouls that one off. Again, one more. Down and in, and that will load up the count full. Jordan Brewer on deck for Corpus Christi. That one lifted high in the air up the left. Howell makes the grab, and that will do. 9.5. Boy, a big one here this evening, as it is still a 4-1 ball game for the Hooks as we head for the bottom of the 9th here in this one. So we're back here with more Texas League baseball as it's 4-1, bottom of the 9th inning for San Antonio in this ball game. We're now headed to the bottom of the 9th inning right here on the Missions Baseball Network. AJ Blueball coming in for the Hooks in relief.
Leading up for San Antonio.
Oh, Michael De La Cruz coming in, 4, 5, and 6. Due up for San Antonio. 3 outs remain for the Missions. As that one fouled off, the count now 0-1. And that one inside for a strike, and the count now 0-2. And a pitch. That one fouled off, and he'll see another. And that's going to be right there. Stopped by the second baseman for the out. And that is one away. Third baseman Graham Polly, 1 for 3, single RBI. Well, they're down against it now. 2 outs remain for the Missions. And that is fouled off. The count now 0-1. Bottom of 9, 4-1 our score as 2 outs remain for San Antonio. And that's lifted high in the air up to center. And that is out number 2. Well, people getting up from their chairs and
I will say they're starting to head to the exit here tonight. Boy, Kai Murphy 1 for 3, single in the second. Seems to me like Corpus Christi might be getting this one. Hit to second, and that's the ball game. Corpus Christi wins game 1 of our 6-game series. So it looks like that'd be 2.5 games as Midland getting up there. And for all of us tonight, we hope y'all have a good rest of your evening. Drive home safe. We'll see y'all tomorrow at 7:05.
Fans, our final line score. First for the victorious Hooks, 4 runs on 10 hits, no errors. They left 6 runners on base. For the Mission, 1 run, 8 hits, no errors. They left 7 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 53 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.